Today we are recapping factorising. So it's something we did a while ago, and therefore it's something we need to remember and keep revisiting to make sure we don't forget it. Factorising is about finding a factor that's in both terms that we can take out. So for the first one, let's have a look. We've got 3x and 15. So is there any factor that's common to both? Well, yes, there is. We have a factor of 3 that goes into 3x and 15. I then open my brackets and think, what times 3 would get me 3x? Well, it would be x. What times 3 would get me my plus 15? Well, it's plus 5. So 3 times x is 3x and 3 times 5 is 15. For the next one, what is a factor of both 8x and negative 4? Well, it would be 2. 2 times what would get 8x? Well, it would be 4x. 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times what would get negative 4? 2 times negative 2. Let's try the next one. What is a factor of both 7x and 3? Well, actually, there isn't a really high factor that we can take out. It's just simply 1. So for this one, we can't actually factorise. And please be aware that sometimes you are checking to see if things can factorise. For the next one, what is the highest factor of 12x and 16? Well, let's have a think. The 2 times table goes into both, but I can go bigger than that. The 4 times table goes into both. So I think 4 might be the biggest. Let's check. 4 times what would get me 12x? It would be 3x, because 4 lots of 3x would be 12x. 4 times what would get me plus 16? Well, it would be plus 4. And then if I look at 3x plus 4, there's no other number than 1 that would go into both, so we fully factorise that one. Now, x squared plus 2x. What is a factor that's in both? Well, this time it's not a number. Something that's in both, or a factor that's in both, is x. So I'm going to put that outside my brackets. X times what gets me x squared? Well, it's x. X times what gets me plus 2x plus 2. For the next one, it's very similar to the one above. Is there a factor bigger than just x that goes into x squared? Take away 5x? No, there isn't. So x is still what I'm taking out here. What times x gets x squared? Just x. Now, the reason I've been circling these is because this is a negative 5x, and we need to make sure that we include that. So x times what gets negative 5x, which is just negative 5. For this one, we've got 3x squared plus 6x. So x is in both, but there's actually also a number factor that we can take out too, which is 3. So we can take 2 things outside. We can take a 3 and an x outside the bracket. 3x times what would get me 3x squared? Well, I just need to times it by x. 3x times what would get me plus 6x? Well, it's just plus 2, because 2 lots of 3x would get me 6x. The next one, we have x cubed plus x. So the biggest thing in both is x. What would I need to times x by to get x cubed? X squared. What would I need to times x by to get plus x? Well, it's just 1, so it's plus 1. And our final example before you have a go with the worksheet is this one. We have 16xy plus 20x. So we've got a lot going on here. What number's in both? Well, 2 goes into both, but that's not the biggest number. 4 goes into both. Is that the biggest number? I think it is, so let's go with that. Let's try that, 4. X is also in both, so we're going to take that out as well, and we're going to open our bracket then and try have a go. 4x times what will get me 16xy? Well, 4 times 4 gets the 16. I've got the x, so I just need the y. What 4x times what would get me a plus 20x? Well, I need 5 lots of 4x to get that. Now, if I look inside, 4y plus 5, there's no other number than 1 that could be taken out, so I've fully factorised that. Hopefully that helps you with the worksheet.